3, 2, 1.
You ready?
You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We are the Real Pineapple. This is Hunter. I'm here with Scott. Scott, how you doing, sir?
They're like Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam.
Great reference, by the way. I appreciate that.
It's a hell of a compliment, actually.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of going for that. So thank you. That means a lot.
Well, you're both beautiful straight men.
Oh, thank you. As much that's been debated. R.I.P. Robert Williams, by the way. So we are talking about part 2 of our Double Johnson weekend.
Part 2 of Johnson & Johnson.
That's right.
Rock on Rock.
2 movies, double the Johnson. We're talking about Skyscraper. And so, just real quick, I saw Skyscraper at, oh God, when I see Skyscraper, at 10:20 in the morning yesterday. And
I saw it at like 11:30 in the morning today.
Oh, really? Nice.
$5. It was only $5.50 to get in that movie. I was so happy.
And I will say right now, the people in that theater were living their best lives.
Oh, I have such a good story.
Oh, talk to me.
The 5 minutes into this movie, like not even 10 minutes, I look to my left and all I see are these 2 bare feet just sprawled like halfway down the aisle. And then I'm like, okay, this guy's chilling, like you said, living his best life. And another couple minutes went by, and the loudest snoring I've ever heard in my life. This guy's just sawing logs right in the middle of the theater. Wow, haven't even got to the action scene yet. But that was quite. I've never heard anybody snore, number one, that loud. Or that loud in a movie theater. I've never heard anyone, like, come on, like, it's, Sunday, midday, you can take a nice, afternoon nap. I get that. But we're watching The Rock right now jump from a crane to a building. Like, let's keep it together for a few minutes. Yeah,
so I will say this movie, I think, is a perfect definition of what the Transformers movies want to be. Just to turn off your brain and just let The Rock, let the waves of Dwayne Johnson just crash over you, because whatever Dwayne Johnson's willing to give, I'm willing to take, baby. Just give me.
You'll take it all. Yeah. You'll take all The Rock.
Every last drop. Just give it to me.
Hand me The Rock. Give me The Rock, coach.
And can we just say, too, that Neve Campbell's in this, and she was just in House of Cards. I've had a thing for Neve Campbell for a while, and I genuinely think she's a great actress. I honestly thought, and I'm sure some people are going to give me shit for this, and that's fine, you're wrong. I thought she was actually, acting-wise, she was probably the best person in this. I thought she actually, like, with the kids and everything, I thought she did a good job with this, and I'm sure you'll disagree, and that's fine. You're wrong.
But no. I actually agree with you on that. What? I think that she was probably one of the better acting roles in this movie. I think she's one of those people that just can turn it on no matter what the movie or the setting, and is able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, so basically the movie starts off with The Rock. He's in a not like the Navy SEALs. He's like Special Forces in Mary Service. It doesn't really matter. I think he's Special Forces. And basically he basically goes ahead and needs to go ahead and break into this, not break into this house, but basically he's in this house with this group of people, his team, and there's this kid who's being held by gunpoint by his dad. And basically the dad has a bomb strapped to his chest, and so everyone's kind of trying to defuse the situation. It's very SWAT-ish. What's interesting about that scene is that's how The Rock's leg gets blown off, because that's what they've really made a point of in the movie, in the trailers, that, you know, he's a one-legged man, but he served our country. And I will say, I think that in a similar vein to something like The Punisher, I think it does kind of celebrate people who've lost a limb or anything like that. I think it kind of celebrates them without talking down to them. Not like something like Battleship, where I just went, I just didn't feel like it came from a sincere place. He never really mentions it. It's never made to be an excuse for him. He just always goes ahead and kind of is aware that, okay, this is the kind of the cards I've been dealt, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pursue through. So the shorthand, as far as the plot, which is a very relative term, the plot of this movie is that The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he goes ahead and he plays Will Sawyer, who is a small business owner who goes ahead and checks facilities for security, as far as how up to date everything is, how top of the line everything is for security systems. And he's hired by I'm gonna butcher his name. He's hired by Shin Han, who of course you know probably from Dark Knight, as far as a point of reference. He owns this skyscraper that's what, 120 stories, Scott, I think, maybe.
Yeah, like 220 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It's something goddamn ridiculous that if someone were to build that. Yeah, but he basically is working for him, who's hired by his friend Ben, I want to say, Pablo Schreiber. And so, just a case in point, if someone ever comes up to you and gives you a hug and says, "It's good to see you, brother," they're going to turn on you or shoot you or set you up for a terrorist. Like, there's nothing good that follows the lines, "Good to see you, brother." It's always either the person gets killed or at the end of the movie you find out, "Oh, it was me."
especially if they have a scar. I feel like that's a dead giveaway. Like, that is very true. The guy's got a big scar. He's pretending to be your friend. It's like, you know what? This guy's going to fuck me over at some point.
Yeah, so I will admit, I stepped out for maybe 5 minutes because I was getting a margarita. I want a margarita and I want a little popcorn. So I stepped out for 5 minutes. I'm assuming where Ben finally turns on him, because when I came back, he was shot and Will was holding him in his arms. I went, okay, so what happened?
So the tablet that that Will Sawyer is given from this like millionaire dude to guard the security is what Ben is after, and the people that he's working for is after. So like, they get back to his house after they were quote unquote robbed, and his the Rock's pack was stolen. They get back to the place, and Ben finds out that he still has the tablet on him. So he has to kill the Rock to like get it back from him, and that doesn't go so well, as you found out.
What, trying to physically overtake Dwayne Johnson doesn't go very well?
First of all, why would you try to fight a guy whose nickname is The Rock?
It's true.
Like that's not a smart move.
I mean, it's a very fair point. I will say, I thought we just reviewed Skyscraper. I would imagine you hated this just because there's
Rampage.
Because there's some Rampage. Oh God, what did I say? Did I say Skyscraper?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
okay.
So basically, the only way this movie could have been better if The Rock somehow got the Pym particle and turned into Giant Man, and you find out that the skyscraper is a transformer, and The Rock has to fight a giant skyscraper.
Oh.
If that happened, dude, fuck yeah, I would have given this a fan fucking task. Could you imagine?
Like from Rampage, the chemical that those things get, but he runs across it and he gets huge, like he's as big as a building, and he's like fighting a transformer building. Oh man, I would pay big money to see that.
Could you imagine though, like The Rock basically catching the skyscraper, hooking it, giving it a rock bottom in the slow mo of all the glass shooting. Yep. It writes itself. I'm just saying, it practically writes itself. So here's the thing: is this movie good? It's kind of a strong word. I will say this feels like a poorly punctuated and written love letter to something like Towering Inferno and Die Hard, because that's exactly what it's a combination of as far as the plot. By the way, so there's a point where they're trying to frame Will for all of this, and the movie practically undercuts itself and goes, why would he do this to his family's in the building? Which was my first thought. I went, yeah, why would he do that? And
they got over that really quick. They didn't play that out very long.
They did, and they were like, oh, like he might have been on, no, he's not. Like,
no, it's okay. Just kidding. Let's watch him.
Yeah.
And in all of his movies, especially like these last two, like everybody loves him. Like he's not even one iota of bad guy in him, and everybody's like rooting. Like they're watching him jump from this crane all the way to a high-rise building.
Dude, okay, and, so I will be the first to admit, even when I saw the trailer, I went, he can't make that. Like, there's no goddamn way. And so
here's the thing. I forgot to mention this in the Rampage, so yeah. I'm just gonna insert this now. He was shot in the stomach like 10 minutes into that movie, and then goes on to literally save the day.
So not 10 minutes in, because he gets shot by by Malin Ackerman's character, by the corporate goon or whatever. But he gets shot maybe 5 feet away, and I went, okay, that would really slow you down. But he's out there doing rolls and flips and shit.
And not to mention, he has a prosthetic leg as well.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Another throwing that in there. So, in Skyscraper, I'm sorry, in Skyscraper he has a prosthetic leg, but he just doesn't think he's basically a white. Well, he's like a lighter Luke Cage, like. He's unbreakable in nearly every movie that he's in. And that's why you go see him. Like, you want to see this guy be a towering, bulging, badass crime fighter and be the good guy. And that's what he is, and they play that off of it. The stunt work and, like, the things that he accomplishes is, like, pretty ridiculous.
Well, how dare you?
But it's fun. Like, I think that it still keeps a element of surprise, sort of. I think they probably rushed through a lot, but I am glad that this is not a 2-hour movie. I will say that. Luckily, what were your thoughts as you're watching? Do you feel like there was good action? How do you feel like The Rock played in this one?
Yeah, so here's the thing. The Rock is fun in this, and I feel like you got to see a little bit more of him because you got to stretch a little bit as far as he is a family man. He's he is literally a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. But I did appreciate the fact that they acknowledged the prosthetic, and it's not like a big hindrance as far as them always saying like, "Oh, you're so brave for being you know what I mean?" Like, where it's almost like you're talking down to people who have a handicap. Mm-hmm. I did appreciate the fact the film acknowledged it a couple of times, including one action scene, I will admit, where he's hanging by his prosthetic leg, and obviously he'll be fine, but it did make me go, oh shit, and then it's all core strength, man. He's like hanging off the side of this building and just sits up, and I went, oh shit, okay, like if I had,
and that's the other thing is like that nothing is gonna happen to him, so I think that loses a little bit of intensity personally.
But I don't. What I will say though,
you're just agreeing with me.
Here's the thing. I think why, not think, but I know why Die Hard works so well is because you can see yourself as John McClane. There's no part in this where I really went, I see myself as Dwayne Johnson, if that makes sense. I went
for sure. No, absolutely.
Like, he's trying to save his family. I think those parts I went where it's very clear what he's doing is about his family. I went, you know what? Okay, like this kind of works for me. But overall, though, he's doing shit like he climbs almost the whole skyscraper or like this crane. And I went,
he literally climbs the height of a crane.
Yeah, like it's no big deal. Like it's a fucking jungle gym. I went, okay, like movie. I'm trying to give you a little bit of rope, but come on, work with me here. And that jump he does make off the crane to the building, I went, all right. I did think a lot of the fight choreography I thought was actually quite fun. They even have the whole John McClane working with the cop gimmick in here because they have Byron Mann playing Inspector Wu, and it's like at the end of the movie he goes, it's good to finally meet you face to face. I went, okay, movie, let's scale it back a little bit. We're getting a little too hot, Die Hard for Die Hard, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I don't know. I thought it was fun.
You don't sound thrilled.
The thing is, like, the more I'm kind of thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, that did happen, didn't it? I mean, the thing is, I think with this movie, I did have more fun in Rampage than I did with this. I will say that. I did leave this, though, chuckling. I had fun with it. So there's a scene early on, which I went, oh God, Scott's gonna roll his eyes on this, where his wife Sarah, her phone's messing up, and he goes, well, babe, like if you just restart your phone, like, you know, it usually clears up most of the problems.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, oh God, she's gonna reboot the tower, and that's how it's gonna fix itself. So the building is on fire. The skyscraper is like freaking out. It's literally a towering inferno. And she gets possession of this pad to reboot everything in the
entire building.
In the entire building.
Reboots the entire building.
And she just restarts everything. And Inspector Wu goes, "How'd you do that?" And she goes, "I just turned it on, turned it off." And went, "Oh God!" I was like,
there was a decent amount of foreshadowing in this. Like in the beginning, they kind of they talk about this entire skyscrapers. Like, well, we have these turning turbines that power everything. Like, oh, well, he's gonna get some shit's gonna go down in there. And then they talk about like this really pretty like atrium where they have like waterfalls and blah blah. Like, oh, shit's gonna go down in there. And oh, we have this on-site facility that's very secure and it's a mile away, so nothing will happen to it. And like, well, some shit's gonna go down there too. So like as they're kind of introducing everything, you're trying to find out where like all the different shenanigans he's gonna get into throughout this skyscraper adventure. But it's like, but you knew that to begin with, so it's not. I wasn't thrown off by it. It's just kind of funny recalling it as they go through the beginning of this movie. It's, you know, they serve it up to you. It's what you want to see. They're just kind of giving you, giving the audience what they're looking for out of a rock movie.
Yeah,
and there's plenty of it. Like the dude jumps. I don't know if, we've gone over this. He jumps from a crane into a building, like a good distance, like a ways.
No, and it's hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. I laughed. I went, oh, okay. I like, that's right, Rock jump. Be Superman.
Good one. Good catch.
Yeah, but so the thing about this movie, it's dumb as hell. It is. But was I entertained in that theater? Yeah. Yeah, I had fun with this. Like I said, I saw this like at 10:20. The people who were in that theater, a couple of them cheered and were like, woo! And hollering and
really?
Yeah. Oh, no, man. There are some people who were really enjoying this. I mean, I was more laughing at it, with it, kind of both. But I did have fun with it. I mean, I don't think this will be in one of those movies that people will go, oh yeah, that's like one of the Rock's best. I think this will kind of fall into that category of, oh yeah, that's right, he did do that. I did have fun with it though, and I did enjoy the action. I would give this personally I'm gonna go I'm gonna go B minus for this. I think you see this at an early matinee like I did. I think you'll leave the theater and go, you know what, that was all right. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it a B minus. Scott, your final thoughts and grades, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but I 100% agree with you. I think a B minus is a fair grade for this. You get what it's called, Skyscraper. Like this, there's no qualms about what you're getting yourself into. The trailer pretty much shows everything that but you're still gonna go see it because you want to see how it unfolds. You're not gonna get a whole lot of surprises. You have the bad guys who are foreign and like Russian or some sort of European, and like marginal child acting, and a lot of fire. A lot of explosions. So you get what you pay for with this, and I don't think there's anything wrong with seeing the matinee of this, but I'm not like necessarily rushing back to the movie theater to see it again. I'm on the same page with you as you were with Hotel Transylvania, and if I saw this on cable again, I would probably watch it.
Hey, fair enough, man. And that's the thing. If someone said, "Oh my God, this movie sucks," I wouldn't care enough to defend it. You know what I mean? Right. I'd be like, okay, that's fair enough, but. I think as far as a fun action movie for you, just go. Dude, there were so many people with their kids in this, like 8, 9-year-olds. I went, really? You're bringing your... Okay, whatever.
It's a little intense.
Yeah, I mean, it does get a little intense. I did appreciate the fact that they had the crowd kind of as the audience for the movie. Like, woo! Yeah, I thought that was kind of... I actually thought that was kind of a neat little touch. I'm like, okay. Like, a little bit of taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3-ish. I went, okay, that's fun. So, I mean, I thought it was a good time, but
you don't gotta explain it to me. I felt the same way.
But yeah. So, guys, what did you think of Skyscraper? Let us know what you thought in the comments below. You can follow us on Facebook at The Real Pineapple. You can follow yours truly on the Twitter at JHunterRealPineapple. You can follow our buddies Colin, we miss you, bud, at The Real O'Neill, and you can follow Scott on Twitter at
Newman the First.
You can follow us on iTunes, Google Music, and SoundCloud.
Are we still on Podbean?
Oh, we are not on Podbean right now.
Poor R.I.P. Podbean.
Yeah, I know. So, guys, let us know what you thought in the comments below. We're gonna have reviews up this weekend for Equalizer 2, which I'm stoked about, as well as a review for. Mamma Mia, here we go again, which, God help me, that's not going to be good. Guys,
I mean, that's a perfect subtitle. Here we go
here
again.
We go again, yeah. Like a Melissa McCarthy movie. But, guys, thank you so much for listening. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace.